Before I get into these groceries, I want to share some advice or some tips that I've learned over my many years of meal prepping. One of the first and probably most important things you can do is to try and plan out as much of the prep in terms of groceries as possible. There's also, some planning in how you want to cook it, because you could cook things, let's say something takes longer to cook than something else. You could start that first for an easier prep, but that's neither here nor there. That's not what we're exactly going to get into. It's more on the grocery side. So planning out exactly what you need. Now, it might be difficult to figure out how much of the protein you need in terms of, let's say you're getting chicken or some steak or fish or whatever the case is. It could be things like vegetables. It could be rice. Like, how do I know how much of those things to get? There are sites to help with that. I am going to create a more specific video about those type of things, like how to figure out exactly how much you need to buy. But just planning the grocery list in general. Like, I need chicken, I need steak, I need cottage cheese, I need some tuna, I need bread, those types of things. So that when you go into the store, you know what you're getting, you stick to the list, you get in, you get out. If you don't go in there with a list, it's gonna take you longer and you're probably gonna start buying things that you most likely don't need. Make a list and stick to it. I probably should have did a better job at planning out this video, because you most likely need to do this step though first. You need to figure out what you want to eat, right? Like, do you want chicken? Do you want steak? Do you want fish? What do you want to meal prep? And there are tons of ways to find different recipes. For instance, the Water Jug Fitness channel has tons of ideas and recipes that you guys can follow, most including step-by-step instructions from yours truly. But if you'd like to go somewhere else and find meal prep ideas or meal prep recipes, you can do so. I mean, you could just search the web, say meal prep ideas. If you want chicken, meal prep ideas, chicken. If you want steak, meal prep ideas, steak. Meal prep ideas, fish. Meal prep ideas, I'm a vegan, or vegetarian, pescatarian, whatever. You can find tons of ideas out there, and then from there, you can go into creating your list for the grocery store. Here in a few clips, when I go over my groceries, I will try to give you an idea as to the quantity, because that is one of the biggest questions I get, and it is something that you would want to try to figure out or try to know before you start your meal prep, is how much do I need to buy? What quantity of the actual food or product, right? So I will do my best to share that. But after you have an idea of the meals that you want to make, how many meals that you want to make, usually I just make a lunch and a dinner, and then I have my breakfast. I have a few snacks, but those I just make them when I want to eat them. I can't go there. I was about to start on another topic, but I need to make this more direct. So we're not going there. But yeah, so you know what you're gonna make, you know how many meals, you have your grocery list, you know what you're gonna buy. When it comes to the actual cooking, how long it's gonna take you can vary. Don't stress on that, because if you do, you're probably not gonna enjoy the process very much. To meal prep, you somewhat need to enjoy cooking even a little bit, because it's gonna help you to try new recipes, try new things. You're gonna learn lessons while you cook. I try to show as many steps and be as descriptive and informative as possible in my meal prep videos, so that if you were completely new to meal prepping and you've never even cooked before, you could watch my video and you could say, wow, I know, I could make that, but I didn't always know how to cook, and I didn't always know how to make the process faster. It just takes time. Like I was saying, this week I'm gonna have some potatoes with a meal. I know potatoes take longer to cook, so I'm gonna start those first and then move on to something that doesn't take quite as much time. If you were to start the potatoes last, when you're almost done with everything else, you're gonna realize that, well, now it's gonna take me even longer, right? So learning to cook or enjoying the process, upping your cooking skills, those will help to make a better meal prep experience. Those are just a few pieces of advice or tips. I mean, realistically, more of the points would be focused around, again, getting the groceries, figuring out what meals you want, what kind of variety, because that will determine a lot of things as to how long it takes you to meal prep and stuff like that. But again, it shouldn't be focused around how long does it take you to meal prep, because you should try to enjoy the process. If you don't enjoy meal prepping, you're not going to keep doing it. And I find that meal prepping has several benefits other than just like leading a healthy lifestyle and making progress in the gym. It's cost effective. When you think about like how much you spend a day just on food, if you were to like go out and eat, it's going to add up versus the groceries that you would buy for a week. In most cases, I can't say yes in every case, but in most. Now I'm gonna get into the groceries that I bought for this week's prep for Alex, my roommate, and myself, Also, here's where you guys can chime in the description. Let me know some tips or pieces of advice that you guys would have for people who are just starting out meal prepping, or newbies to meal prepping. The Water Jug Fitness community is strong if you're new to this channel. Like, we help each other out. I know there's gonna be tons of comments down there, so check them out. People are dropping tons of advice, I'm certain. But now let's get the groceries. And I have to keep it somewhat quieter because Grandpa Alex is sleeping at like 10. I swear, sometimes he likes his sleep, I guess, I don't know. But I gotta keep it a little quiet. I got some milk now. If you've been around my channel, you know that I don't normally do milk, but I started to reintroduce 1% milk back into my diet, and I've been doing okay. Not too much bloating. I usually do the almond coconut milk, which I still have one left over from last week, but yeah, I started to introduce 1% milk, and it's okay. It's sitting all right on my body because I am still bulking. So the meals that I'm gonna make in this week's meal prep, which are gonna be in a different video, are bulking meals. Let's continue. I have some light sour cream, which is going to be for the potatoes. We're gonna have a potato top round steak and green beans with bacon meal. So I got this, and then I got the bag of baking potatoes, just like russet potatoes. I have some large eggs, which I'll usually do at least a couple eggs for breakfast with some oatmeal, which is right here. I do the Quaker Oats, the old fashioned. I don't like the quick oats because they're like chopped up more. I don't know why they taste funny to me. And for some reason, I think that the Quaker Oats taste a lot different than like the generic store brand type oats. Well, I don't know what it is. I don't know what you guys think, but the Quaker Oats, these taste amazing. Store brand, tastes a little funky, tastes a little off. Then I have a large curd cottage cheese. It's 4%. Where's my 2% at? Ooh, I didn't get 2%. I got a 1% because I went to Walmart this time because I was gonna film something different, but then stuff came up, so I didn't do what I was going to do. But anyways, I got a 1% cottage cheese and a 4% cottage cheese. That's my bedtime snack. I have some zesty dill pickles, which is for my tuna sandwiches. For some reason, I haven't been doing tuna sandwiches as much as I used to. I'm gonna reintroduce them, I'm gonna bring them back. Turkey bacon for the green beans and bacon. Here are the green beans. So just a larger bag and then a smaller bag. I got some bread. This bread was on sale. It's just like Aunt Millie's fiber and flavor potato bread. It's decent. I got some light ranch because Alex loves his ranch and he's gonna eat a lot of that. Got 6 cans of this tuna in water. For some reason, this is another item where I generally buy the name brand style of tuna unless it's Kroger, and then I'll buy Kroger brand. But I don't know why Walmart brand didn't sound good to me. So we need a tin foil, so I got some tin foil. I got some bagels. Bagels are an easy, like, bulking snack. So I have a bagel and I got some cream cheese in the somewhere. What did she do with my cream cheese? I didn't think she put it in. Got some Philadelphia 1/3 cream cheese. I have some of these sweetened dried cranberries for oatmeal. I like to sometimes put them in my oatmeal. I have like 3 little heads of broccoli. There's a receipt. Onto the protein. Didn't work quite as I thought, but I have some boneless, skinless chicken breasts here. About 6.5 pounds. And about 6 pounds. And then a little over 3 pounds. And then I got some round steak. So I have about 2 pounds and about 1.5 pounds. And then they ran out of that, so I had to get some top sirloin steak. So I have some round steak and then top sirloin. Ugh. Almost 2 pounds and almost 2 pounds. So there we go, receipt. Everything. Yeah. So the total was $130.47. But again, that is for 2 people. That's split for 2 people. So it's not just me spending $130 on my groceries for the week. As always, all the groceries are in the description. You can see a full list of them. So check it out. And please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for videos like this. And I'm out.